I know you guys are probably trying to get over the last match right there, as Terrence and Phillip became the new badass tag team champions. Like I said, anything can happen here, and again, we have no control over the outcomes, any say in the outcomes. We just put them together, and I call it as it is. Me and my son work together on putting these matches together, and that's how these matches come to be. And then we take you guys' suggestions to make them happen, so there you go. As right now, we have one that is a grudge match from back to the comic book days to the current days and whatnot, as Kingpin and the Punisher get their hands on each other, and this time there's no rules, of course, as the Punisher has got to watch out for the size of Kingpin. This is the Kingpin we've all known from everywhere. If you guys follow the comic book series and you know anything about Kingpin, then you know this is the Kingpin that the Punisher would be brawling with. Of course, Kingpin isn't just enemies with the Punisher. He also has problems with, you know, Spider-Man, Daredevil, pretty much anybody else from Hell's Kitchen, or in New York, for that matter. The Punisher, of course, has bad blood with just about anybody in New York, because that's his streets, and Kingpin and him have gone at it for years. If you guys are familiar with the movie The Punisher with Thomas Jane, probably my personal favorite adaptation of The Punisher, as far as cinematic goes, you know it was a gangster who was responsible for the death of the Punisher's family. Well, that may or may not be different from the original comic book series, but, I mean, it is true that his family was taken out by a mob hit. What you don't know is that in real life, the gangster that was at hand is one of the Kingpin, who was the one who, down the line, was the one who orchestrated that whole thing. Which is why the Punisher is not overly fond of anyone who is a mob or a gangster or anything else, as Punisher takes down Kingpin. Usually Punisher tags up with his tag team partner, Deadpool, which today actually he's in action on his own, as he's going to be in a qualifier. It's not often he goes for a singles title, folks, but Deadpool, as Punisher gets a 2 count on Kingpin. Deadpool rarely, and actually Punisher for the most part, I don't remember the last time he's had a one-on-one, but both guys are tough on their own right. But Deadpool is going to go for the #1 contendership for the Badass Championship, as he will be taking on the Clown Prince of Terror from Gotham City himself for the #1 contendership for the Badass title next month at some point, as we're closing out this month, all our feuds and all of our titles. We're going to have everyone up to date, and then by the end of this show today, we'll give you a rundown of all your current champions. Going into next month, as Kingpin is really taking it to the Punisher, gets a 2 count. Kingpin, big, strong. I mean, for the most part, a lot of people would think that Kingpin is just kind of the mob guy who likes to have everyone else do his work, which might be true, but he also is not afraid of getting down and dirty himself. As a nice suplex by Kingpin, which he's very large in size. Wait a minute, what's this all about? Oh, look, it's WWE superstar Jeff Hardy. I show you, folks, anything can happen on Dream Masters, as Jeff Hardy comes out to show support maybe for his friend the Punisher. I didn't even know there was an alliance between the Hardys and the Vigilantes, as the Kingpin throws Punisher into the corner, not really caring much about Jeff Hardy or the Punisher. I don't know how smart it is to turn your back on someone like Jeff Hardy. Don't really know what Jeff Hardy's relationship is at this ring, why he is out here, but again, folks, I just call it how it is. We have no control over any of it, as Kingpin now tries to get a submission on the Punisher, who gets out of that. I think it's easier said than done. I don't think I've ever seen the Punisher tap out to anyone. As Kingpin now goes for a pin. And that's the end of that one. As the winner of this fall in this match, this day, folks, is Kingpin. If you guys bet just because Punisher's a good guy that he was going to win, then you'd be wrong. He's tough. He gave it his all at this particular time, in this match. Kingpin had him just one step closer, despite what Punisher brought to him. So, as the Punisher gave it his all, and Jeff Hardy still had really little to no effect of any of that match. So I'm a little surprised or confused. I don't know if it was there for Kingpin or the Punisher, but I can tell you that he was very ineffective, whatever his role was. And because in the end, it was Kingpin who picked up the victory. Jeff Hardy really didn't seem to get involved anywhere. As you see right here, this is going to take it down right here as Punisher gets down from a clothesline by the Kingpin. That was going to be the 3 count. Jeff Hardy could just sit there and watch, I guess. Maybe he wanted to look. Maybe the WWE wants to take notice of what real wrestling is. I don't know.
Here is your winner, the Superstar.
And Kingpin picks up the victory. Jeff Hardy, I don't know what his story is. He's not happy, I guess. Or maybe he is. I don't know. Kingpin could care less about the fact the fans don't like him very much. But, all right, folks, stick around. Deadpool in that action, folks. Get those lunatics ready.